Welcome back to the Pact Boon.
Fidget spinner just broke.
Toss a coin to your fidget spinner, because we're getting started again.
We're getting skibbity.
Getting skibbity. Y'all buckle up for this riz. You're not ready. No cap.
Sigma, beta,
Nah, beta, bruh.
biatch.
This is Sigma Squad. If you're from the Generation Z, do us all a favor. Stop. Stop it. Get some help.
Disclaimer. We love that you're listening. By stop, it's more like, hey, stop.
Hey, use
Go to therapy.
language.
No.
Which has honestly been a recurring theme for our show from start to finish, has been therapy's not a bad option, and I think everyone should really look into it.
We
Yeah.
should get sponsored by like a therapist
We
or
are.
something.
BetterHelp.
No.
Use code.
Man, that'd be nice.
One day. Hey, BetterHelp, if you're listening, we're big proponents. Unbelievable. I'm Jake, your dungeon master and sidetracker. With me, I have
Justin Lewis.
Caden Otley.
And Tanner Wayland.
Booyaka. This is the Pact Boon. If you couldn't tell, now you know. We are big fans of Fort Minor and all things 2009. Previously on the Pact Boon, Jolly made some bad decisions. Fought through a couple of different levels of a church, experiencing different themes and eras even. We had a little jazz fight. We had a little marble fight. Wolfgang shot a kid in the head. That was crazy. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Shot a kid straight in the face. It was awesome.
And I would do it again in a heartbeat.
Yeah, this is another reoccurring theme.
Another recurring theme. This gang hates children.
Well, only some of us. Not
And
all of
only
us.
You
some
killed a
children.
kid.
Just kidding. Wait, what?
What?
Backstory.
Backstory.
Oh, heavens.
Wait.
And Lethargy slapped a kid just unconscious.
Absolutely. Fully unconscious. So Jolly gave up the lethargy stone to an entity in the fire.
Not one of my better moments. I'll be honest.
Fully. Who among us hasn't given up a lethargy stone to a fire entity?
Who indeed? Who indeed?
Not me that I'm aware.
Tanner, I think we're missing something here.
Who indeed?
freaking.
Well, gang, the church is on fire. Jolly just walked out the second, well, I guess at this point it was fifth story window.
Pretty high.
Fell to the floor, unconscious yet again. If anyone's keeping track, that's 32 times. Not really, but if you're keeping track, we'd love to know that.
I think it's
because
actually like 6.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 6 or
Jolly is unconscious. The church is burning to the ground. Lethargy and Wolfgang are on the back of Otto, running through the church building out on to the square. Unfortunately, on this square is a lot happening. The church was completely empty when you got to the main floor. The weird Diagon Alley style lobby completely bare. Now, we find ourselves in the center of the square. What were we calling it? Holy Row?
Yeah.
Churches around and people are bustling. Jolly in his new white armor, purple veining throughout like it was made out of marble. He's currently bleeding out of his eyes, nose, mouth, and ears. Probably his butthole too, if we're being honest.
Just can't see that.
Just can't see it, covered in his armor. Mm-hmm. You guys erupt out of the front door onto Holy Row. What are you going to do? Erupting out of the church door onto Holy Row, you can see that there are people milling about, coming out to see what the heck is going on. 2 of the guards at the Nimbus College are walking from the front door to see what the hubbub is all about. The church is currently on fire. What the heck are you going to do?
Okay, so we burst out. We're both on auto. And I like quickly survey the situation. And Wolfgang says, Otto, go to Jolly. And we ride up because Jolly's just splat on the ground.
Cobblestone.
First things first, get off. I'd like to do a medicine check to try and make him not dying.
And I'm going to get off and do the same thing.
Okay. Go ahead, either Wolfgang with advantage or both of you make individual rolls. This one's going to be tougher. I'm going to call it a DC 13 medicine check.
Well, I already got that.
Oh.
Perfect.
Look at me, I'm Wolfgang.
Oh my goodness, look at me. I already got that. I foiled your stupid plans.
Great. I wanted to kill Jolly, but you've ruined it.
Foiled again.
I've tried so hard to kill
man.
Jolly.
I don't think
Have you really tried hard?
I actually have not. Truth be told, I'm trying to keep Jolly up, but
Yeah.
despite my best efforts,
Yeah.
Jolly keeps trying to die.
And despite his armor 23...
Armor class
Yeah.
of 23 and still dying. It's insane.
Okay, so I hit the check.
You do hit the check. Jolly is currently stabilized, but he is not conscious. And you see that the 2 soldiers from the Nimbus College come out. They're wearing like the blue and tan cloaks. One of them reaches his hand up. Halt!
I wave him over. I'm like, officers. Are they officers? I actually don't know. Officers, so we were in there looking for some help for my friend. Look at him.
Oh my goodness. You
yes.
are hideous.
Yes, he wasn't like this always. He was just old in the past. Now he's old
Pull
and
the
terrible.
turban up over my nose a little bit more.
Thank you for hiding your face.
Yes,
no problem.
We were looking for some help, and while we were in there, a fire started. We don't know what happened, and I think there might be some people in there. We're not sure.
Absolutely. Let us go take a look. And he like blows a silent whistle. And you hear some of the birds just kind of flutter away that were around the area. And you see him like gesture for his counterpart, a woman in kind of lighter, like leather studded armor. She runs up really quickly, and she starts channeling some sort of magic to try and bring the fire down a little bit.
Oh, good.
Lethargy is still just kind of reeling over everything that just happened, especially with Jolly, trusting Jolly enough to give him this lethargy stone and then watching him, give it away to some entity in the fire, just not really sure what to make of all this. Maybe a little reluctant to even help him.
Okay. I think that's accurate and fair.
Yeah, and like Wolfgang, he's hoping to not arouse suspicion, because technically the fire wasn't either mine or Lethargy's fault, and
Just leave him. It's his
and
fault.
Jolly, like, he's unconscious, so we're like, so long as we can get them to take care of the fire, because I also don't want the building to be on fire.
Yeah.
Then I want to deal with the Jolly situation once things have calmed down. That's
Do we recognize either of the guards as like one of the guys who registered us? Maybe.
Yeah, one of them would be
Okay.
another, like the female you did not recognize.
Okay.
But this is the guy who helped register
Oh.
your magic.
Sir, you might remember that there was an old man who was antagonizing us. He's the one who set the church on fire.
I see. That is unfortunate. Have you seen him last? Anywhere?
Inside, I think. Seems to
okay.
be some sort of mystical entity.
If you'll please come with me, I do have someone coming to ask you a couple of questions.
Yes, no problem.
We would be happy to
Is
answer
your friend
anything.
okay? He seems to be bleeding out of every possible place
so-
you could be bleeding.
We have him stabilized. If anybody has some medicine or anything, after we answer the questions, we hope to return to our hotel room, and
Where is it that you are staying?
So we still need to find it. We were visiting some friends in the city, and we were thinking about boarding the night. So we still have to find somewhere.
Yes, we were directed to a few places, but
Yes.
Okay. I would stay very clear of. There are some that are more shady than others, but one is closed, currently under investigation. There's been murders.
which is that?
Is it one? We had 3 different names that I forget right now. But which one is close?
It's not the Iron Whore, is it?
Oh no! Thank heavens, that one is still as nasty as it should be. Yes, Solemnity is the tavern that is currently under investigation. Apparently, that there has been a mass murder going on over there. We found the bodies of 12 individuals. We're looking for their killers.
Oh, how terrible.
Yes.
Truly terrible.
Do you have any information on that, by the way?
No,
No,
of course not.
as we said, we are quite new in the city, and
I fully believe you.
good. I
I like
see,
you.
I see no reason why you wouldn't, but yes. So anyway, we are, as you can see, we've been through a bit. So I do not mean to be rude, but if we could go through these questions quickly.
Yeah. Come with me. I'll have you come and stand over by the grasses. And he kind of gestures over to the lawns, and he'll offer you a small healing potion.
Thank
To
Do you-
administer.
Do you have anything for our friend?
Oh, that.
Oh, for Jolly.
The
I drink
implication
it.
was that.
I'm just kidding.
While you look terrible, truly haunting. I do believe that your friend is in more dire need.
Good point.
So I'll feed it to Jolly.
You can roll 2d4 plus 2.
Cool.
And you see that there are coming from various parts of the city these eldritch knights. Some are in sleeveless breastplates and just like a short cape. Some in full plate. There appear to be a couple warforged that are part of this group. They're stout, bulky soldiers made entirely of metal and artifice, and they have blue and tan motifs on them, and they're coming from all over the city to take care of the fire. You see one of the warforged takes his hands off and just starts shooting water out of his hands as like a fire brigade type deal. There's a couple that are doing some water bending type druidic magic that are handling the fire. And there's an older kind of hunched back man who is accompanied by 2 of these warforged, 2 heavy mauls in their hands, walking toward your party. This individual with a cane, walking on the brick and cobble street, the classic clack, 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 followed by the heavy armored trunk, offers an interesting and a little bit haunting rhythm to it as he walks up. He takes his hood back. He's wearing a deep blue heavy leather cloak with tan trim around it. He's wearing no other marking that he is part of the Eldritch Knights, but you get the gist that he is. And he reaches his hand out to you, Lethargy. Hello, my name is Matthias, and I am the Archmage for the Eldritch Knights.
Oh, hello, Matthias. 1 second.
And I'm gonna pull a glove on, just like probably the flowery oven mitt.
Okay.
I'll shake his hand.
Quite so.
You
He won't take your hand, actually.
you wouldn't happen to know a greater restoration spell, would you?
No, my talents lie elsewhere.
Do tell.
Well, I'm hoping that you will tell. It appears that you are the only 3 survivors from tonight's incident.
I don't think there was anybody else inside, was
I
there?
mean, I know there were we met an old man at the start of the building, but when we left, was he there? Did we see him? When we left, he wasn't there, but yeah, we just know that the fire popped out and we are, we're a bit shook.
Yeah, definitely no people.
Interesting. There was a woman on the second floor and a fat boy on between the third and fourth floors.
Like how fat are we talking?
Like a very fat, plump boy.
I mean, it doesn't ring a bell.
No. We were chased in there by that old man who we were told was some sort of deity. And then once we got up to the second or third floor, the building was set on fire and we had to hightail out of it.
So you did make it to the second or third floor?
Probably beyond that. I don't know.
And you never saw this woman on the second floor?
I don't believe so.
No, we
Give me a deception check.
Okay. Come on, baby. Come on. 22. No!
Yes, that's very interesting information. Thank you very much. And I do hope that this will be perceived in the most honest and integral investigation moving forward. Is that something that I can have your commitment to?
Yes, of course.
yes, we it wasn't our plan to get in such a situation, our first day in the big city, but we are happy to help.
Yes, well, I have to take you in for questioning officially. Please, may I see your hands? Including you.
Well, we'll go willingly. There's no need
Yes,
to.
then of course you will, but hands, please.
Charlie raises his hands. He's like lying down as if he's exhausted. He just like
The two Warforged slap these heavy manacles, and they pulse with an energy, and you are now shackled.
Oh.
Will there be any resistance on your end, or will we expect more lies?
More lies. With like a hint of a question.
There is evidence of a wolf's talons on the second, third, fourth, and fifth floors.
Is Otto just right there?
100%, yeah.
Well,
Screwed.
A meme of that Muppet like side eyeing.
well, why not put handcuffs on him then?
I do believe that there is. You have a firearm. Is that accurate, sir?
Yes, I have a firearm, and I also have a bow and arrow, and whatever I need to do to
Fabulous.
cooperate.
Please, your hands.
Yes, here you go.
I am elderly and there's no evidence that I've done anything wrong.
No spells cast or no beetles.
And he gestures at your giant staff.
It's just a staff.
His eyes flare white real quick as he casts the identify spell.
Counterspell.
Actually,
Freaking
You're gonna
A.
counterspell and identify?
he'll counterspell your counterspell. Roll off.
I'm out of spell slots.
Okay.
Yes, very interesting. You seem to be a very capable bunch, and I'd hate to imagine that you stumbled into an ambush and did not fend for your lives.
But
Thank you for understanding.
yes.
What I fail to understand is the immediate onslaught of lies that I have received upon introduction.
Well, taking us into custody without giving us the benefit of the doubt, wouldn't you expect some resistance?
Welcome to Thunderhold. This is a martial law.
Fair
Your
enough.
hands.
I'll put out my hands.
As it locks in, you feel your sorceress origin
Yeah,
limited.
I knew it. Goodness.
Does my armor like disappear? Because
It immediately goes away as soon as the shackles go down.
so I'm just wearing.
The tattoo on your arm is now around your neck.
So it's not even on my arm at all, but it's around my neck, or is it added to my
It
neck?
is added.
Okay,
Like the
so-
tattoo has continued up your shoulder,
Gotcha.
across your chest, and is around your neck.
Like much more heavily around the neck, like blurry face or whatever.
Mhm. From the right angle, kind of looks like a hand. But you can't see because you don't have a mirror. But everyone else picks up on that.
Yes, please come with me.
And he gestures forward, one of the Warforged leading and the other one following behind. And they lead you to the Capitol building directly ahead from the town square. You see the grasses on either side. There's the cloud field and the mech lawns, the artificers' conservatory, the Mirage Mécanique. The smoke has stopped. There's no smoke coming out of the chimneys. And the three main government buildings are the Capitol building, the barracks, and then the prison. Directly behind the government building is a very malicious black iron building. The walls are made out of iron. There's heavy rivets that have kind of sealed this all together. There's 5 Warforged guards at the front of the gate, and they part, one of them with a large blue plumage on his helmet, or head rather, that appears to be kind of the commanding officer of this little group, gestures forward to be taken into the prison.
So, Matthias, tell us what is going to happen.
Yes, you do mock my speech impediment.
Oh, no, I just thought that's how you said your name.
Wait, is your name Messias?
Yes.
Oh, Messias, to correct my rude friend, what is to become of us?
Well, initially the plan is to question. Naturally, the investigation is underway, and there is a lot to uncover. We have suspicions that the events at Solemnity may be tied.
Okay, well, we hope that you
By
will...
the way, do you mind putting your dog away?
Oh, this? Okay, and like I grab Otto by the scruff. I'm like, "Thank you, boy," and then I shake it, and it turns into a cloak.
Love it.
That's
Shaking out a
so
little bit of dust
Yeah.
and rubble,
Yes.
like falls off of the
Yes.
cloak.
blood.
A finger.
Yes, we will be collecting that for evidence. You will be detained individually. I don't know why anyone would put an entire party of people into the one prison cell. That seems apt for mishap, shall we say.
Very true.
So, come with me and you will find your new home for the evening.
Never been in a well thought out prison.
As you walk through the doors, the lights are incredibly dim. There are some blue flame, like mage flame lamps, about 35 feet up. The entryway is enormous. There's just enough light to see the ground about 15 feet in front of you. Does anybody have dark vision?
I do.
You have dark vision up to 60 feet?
I do too.
Yes, 90 feet.
90 feet. Good, nice. So you're seeing a little bit better, but it feels almost inhibited as well. Like it's a little bit magical darkness. So there is a fringe to what you're able to see. You see the Warforged both blink twice and then their eyes glow. And Matthias will also kind of change his eyes as well, so he sees perfectly fine. And you are gestured in. There is no rug on here. Each footfall clacks with a huge echo against the metal floor, the metal walls, the metal ceiling, and then the blue flames above. The entryway has a large desk at the front. There are 2 soldiers at the front, both in heavy plate armor. They have blue breastplates with the tan filigree and tan cloaks on these ones. And they, both bow respectfully to Matthias, and Matthias leads you behind the desk, and you are taken to an elevator and are gestured to step inside. Do you oblige?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
There seems to be a spark of rebellion in you, old man.
What was that?
His ear falls off.
I'm having a hard time hearing.
It seems that you are leaving things behind you. Best keep yourself to yourself.
I'll look behind me.
There's some like flakes of skin on the floor.
I'll like brush them into my hand, put them in my pocket. It's a solemnity robe.
Yeah. Oh man.
I feel like I don't remember. I think we changed at some point.
I don't think you did.
Maybe we
man.
didn't.
Like,
Maybe we
you
didn't.
Just straight up left. Oh my gosh, I forgot.
Yes, quite right. Please, come with me.
If possible, could I be questioned first?
An interesting request. Taken under consideration. Any other requests for going first?
I guess I'll go last.
If I could split up the last slot with him as well. Just, I don't like being in the middle.
Yeah, if we could go together, that might be.
How about we do this in silence?
And steps into the elevator and like hits a button that wasn't there. It's completely invisible, and he hits a button. You see it glow, and then the elevator begins to descend.
Is there elevator music?
No, it's a prison.
Ding,
Oh.
ding, 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 ding.
You want there to be elevator music, but there isn't any.
I'm humming some.
Okay.
Please, your silence is requested.
Sorry, I forgot.
You guys descend for a solid 5 minutes.
Oh. My ears pop a few times.
Yep, a couple of times. As you regulate and pop out, he does not. The Warforged obviously are completely unfazed, and the door opens.
Yes, if you'll come with me. Wolf boy, please, your cell is over here to the left.
It's pretty close. It's Wolfgang.
Wolfgang, I mean, I guess I don't quite have a gang yet, but okay.
He's just a boy.
This is the cell right here? Okay, I'll go in.
Yes. Anywho, you two, come along.
And they continue. They shut the door behind you. Your cell is a metal slab about 2 feet off of the ground for a bed. There is no pillow. There is a little metal toilet and a sink.
Rookie mistake. They didn't know that I switched my class to Magneto. So, this will be easy.
So, see you in a minute.
Barely.
I don't even
inconvenience.
have to do the whole like iron in the blood trick like Magneto does. Just
good
get
trick.
right out.
No, I love it.
But you still could for flavor.
I still
You're
sure.
a vampire, so why wouldn't you?
Yeah. hey, that's actually. That's a
After
good idea.
walking by a handful of other cells,
Nasty old man, your chariot.
Matthias, we could be friends. If you would give me a chance.
Is freaking. Are you doing a lesb?
No,
does a 24 hit?
just barely.
You take 13 points of bludgeoning damage as he clubs you across the face with his cane.
Oh! Quite right. My chariot awaits.
And I'll go inside.
Yes.
And he shuts the door. What do you got health-wise?
14.
Great.
Mr. You,
Yes.
come with me.
Handful of other cells, and then you are placed in a cell on the left. You are left. There is no food for you. You can hear kind of the groans and moans of prison life throughout. Matthias and his two Warforged leave. You are now alone in your own cells. Jolly.
Do we have all of our stuff?
Yeah. Straight up all your stuff. You still have the handcuffs on. Jolly, what are you doing?
Honestly, Jolly is just like sitting on the bed / bench with like his elbows on his knees, like leaning forward, kind of like head almost in his hands. He's just going over everything that just happened and realizing that he has been played pretty darn hard. Also, he was really stupid in giving the lethargy stone, and he's having a real like introspective moment of like, I continually am just being pawns in other people's games, and I'm just reacting and just making stupid choices. So I think I need to do things a little bit differently from now on.
Okay. What emotions are going through you?
He is, honestly, it's like a battle between anger and hard depression. Like he is, the revelation that his daughter, well, the phrase that his daughter might be alive is just like tormenting him, because in his mind he's like, why didn't I go look for her? I'm such an idiot. But also he's doubting whether it's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot of kind of back and forth, almost like paranoia. And he has to like check himself, like, wait, is this, no, it can't be real. But no, he wouldn't say that, just all sorts of stuff.
As you're pacing in your jail cell, kind of racking your mind about these experiences, your neck starts to itch. And you find yourself like developing this new nervous tick of just scratching at your neck. You find yourself and then squeezing it a little bit too hard around your neck. And the depression turns to anxiety. And you have, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Two.
You have a panic attack. You sit down in the corner of your jail cell, looking out. Immediately across from you is another cell that is magically impeded. You can hear, but you cannot see someone else. And you hear someone across the way laughing at you as you are in the throes of your panic attack.
And Jolly just like grips his head, and just like heavy breathing.
Hand around your neck, squeezing, scratching, itching. Lethargus, what's going through your mind right now?
I'm immediately like taking inventory of everything I have. Just looking at my robe and my staff. I pull out this like skeleton key that we found in the church, and I probably like try and like fit it. Is there like a keyhole on the other side of the door?
Not a keyhole.
Yeah. Oh, it was worth a try.
Give me a Arcana check. Actually, we're gonna make a new check for you. We'll call it a chaos check.
Okay.
Roll a D100.
Great.
Is this like a bag check?
Kinda.
His bag's proficiency bonus?
46.
Okay. There's a 46% chance that you have a key that doesn't require a lock.
Oh.
Roll a D20. You want a 12 or higher?
12.
As you're fiddling around, you feel it find purchase in the air.
The key, the skeleton key? Oh.
You open it, and there is a box that materializes and begins to immediately fall out of the sky.
I'll like reach out and try and catch it.
Okay. It is not big enough to fit through the bars.
So I'm like trying to pull it through. What does the box look like?
It is gray, slate gray, and it is, 6 by 6 by 6 little cube box, and the front has a little keyhole in it.
So I'm gonna put the key back in and turn it and see if it goes like invisible again or like translucent.
Completely
Okay, and then I'm
disappears.
gonna pull it through the bars.
Nothing. There's nothing to pull through.
Okay, so I'll try and stick the key again, just like inside the cell. Can I
have the
find
box
purchase
in
on
your
anything?
hand.
Oh, okay, good. Interesting. So as I examine this thing, like there's no opening or.
Well, there's on the top. Yeah,
Oh, I'll open the top.
completely empty.
Interesting. Put my hand inside, like feel around. Do I feel anything?
Nothing.
What could this be for?
It's a metaphor. Obviously.
A man inside a box holding a box with nothing in it.
So are you nothing? Or
So if you reach in the box, are you grabbing yourself?
who is nothing?
That's not what I meant. Dang it. So much for not offending people. It's like 15 minutes in.
You have a box with nothing that can turn into nothing.
I'm gonna try and step inside the box.
Interesting. Give me a chaos check.
Okay. 61.
Give me an athletics check.
Natural 1.
Your foot doesn't even fit in. In fact, two of your toes fall off into the box.
Oh no. This is getting worse. I need to think. Think. That's it is.
Where does your mind go in relation to the lethargy stone?
Like what do I think about it disappearing
Mhm.
and
It was in your possession.
yeah.
You gave it to somebody,
Uh-huh.
and it is now gone.
So there's probably a measure of like, okay, obviously this thing was super dangerous and I don't want it on the chance that it explodes. But Jolland taking it and giving it to some entity that I don't know of scares me because I know of the immense power that those things hold. That's probably what's going through my head.
You close your eyes, sitting down on your little metal bed, and you get the smell of the Sealy Court, the Feywild. And that smell starts to burn. It turns acrid, sharp. It smells like the Sealy Court burning. And you feel a weight in your hand that felt like that stone. And then it leaves, and the smell fades. Wolfgang.
Yeah.
What's going through your mind?
So he kind of walks around the cell a little bit. And he walks up the wall, and then he walks onto the ceiling, and he kind of gets into like a meditation pose.
Okay.
With his hair just like hanging down. And he just closes his eyes and just thinks about the last, like the scene where like with Jolly and the fire and Jolly like choking him and stuff like that. And he's just brought back to, you know, to his childhood when he like first entered into the Azrael like household, and how he like came in with a lot of hopes for like friendship, and he just like imagines like his first essentially ball, you know, that he was at, and like a few other situations where, you know, he just slowly he came to realize that it wasn't the opportunity for friendship that he was hoping for. And he thinks about Jolly and how he had like planned on trusting him, you know, with the thing, and how it kind of didn't work out. And so that he's just spending time kind of organizing his thoughts on that.
I love it.
Real quick, does Jolly remember choking Wolfgang? Cool.
Nope.
Okay.
You all have the opportunity to take a long rest. It is up to you to tell me if you actually can.
Meaning what?
What?
You have the time for a long rest, but can you sleep?
So I don't sleep, and I'm just stuck in a cell. So yeah, he's gonna
Yeah.
long rest.
I guess I'm kind of the same way. And after having that sort of like vision, I'm probably thinking about the last celestial convergence back in the Feywild, and feeling the weight of that stone and everything that happened with Jolly, remembering the other stone being taken and getting cast out. So there's probably like a whole mess of emotions along with like the mistrust and the relief of not having something that powerful. So those are probably just the things that I'm like ruminating on as I'm transing.
Okay. Jolly?
Jolly does not. He tries, but the panic attack overwhelms him for a good long while. But what would bring him out of it would probably be like thinking of, I'm going to do this, right? And sort of kind of making some declarations to himself.
What are those declarations?
Well, he feels terrible about what he's done. Obviously, he loves Opal and he wants to find her. As far as he knows, he hasn't done anything to jeopardize her life right now, but he knows for a fact he jeopardized the lives of Wolfgang and Lethargy, which Jolly is very much about, like, kind of, he's big into revenge. So he's thinking he needs to atone himself.
I like it. You hear the elevator door open. And you hear the click, click, click. This one is not accompanied by heavy footfall of Warforged, but it is Matthias. And Wolfgang, he stops before you.
I have blind sight, so like I sense him kind of come within range of the cell, and like I open my eyes and just like drop down from the ceiling.
You do sense an invisible Warforged next to him.
Okay.
I have a question really quick. The glowing white eyes, are they similar to Wolfgang's? Like when they... Okay.
That was him doing the identify spell.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes, Matthias, what can I do for you?
I trust that you slept well.
So to speak, yeah. It's, it has to be in a nice warm bed, but I'll take what I can get.
Absolutely. This is kept at the ideal indoor temperature at 66 degrees.
Ideal?
Yes.
Okay.
Ideal for prisoners.
There you go. Okay, that makes sense. Save on the electricity bill at least, right?
Never have.
Okay.
Wolfgang, you hail from Islands, yes?
Yes, I hail from the the Sanguine Chain.
You hail from the Azrael household, is that correct?
Yes, they are my family.
And does your family know about these extracurricular activities you have been participating here in my town?
No, they have not been aware of that. We had a falling out a bit ago.
Quite so. Wolfgang, by the authority vested in me as Eldritch Knight and Magus therein, I sentence you to execution.
If I may, do you not have any kind of trial or...
The trial has been held.
And without the questioning that you intended to happen.
The questions happened outside.
Excuse me. No, you said that we would be brought in for further questioning.
Yes,
And-
you have been brought in, and the further questioning has happened.
With us?
I did not specify such.
Well, that is incredibly misleading. And I don't see it as the foundation of a just system.
Can we hear this, or is it far enough away that we
They're
can't?
just like you hear somebody talking,
Okay.
and you would probably pick up like Jolly can't because he's further away, but Lethargy
Okay.
you could probably pick up that Wolfgang is talking.
Okay. All right.
Yes, I am so sorry that the expectations have not been met on your end. However, the system has worked for 100 generations.
If you wanted to work for 100 more, maybe do better. I don't know.
Perhaps you can tell the gods that. Thank you for your time.
Perhaps your mom.
My mother has been dead for 20 years.
Good, because she would be disgusted.
Natural 20. He will just grab you through the bars.
Okay.
And in his lisp, just spit flying all over your face.
It is my duty to protect the people of Thunderhold. What you have done is vigilante at best. You have killed, you have murdered, you have robbed. I will not stand for this.
Did we rob?
And he pushes you back with like ridiculous strength.
Mm.
You hit the back of the cell. Like you take 5 full steps backwards.
Ah, dang.
I would suggest that you get right with whatever god deems you worthy of hearing your prayers.
And he clicks on.
Can I do something really quick?
You do hear that.
Okay. Yeah.
He was not quiet about that.
I search my backpack and I rip off like a piece of parchment, and I grab some charcoal and I just scratch out like "we're in trouble," and I fold it up and put it inside the box, and then just like close it and then open it, see if anything happens.
It's gone.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm also gonna pull Ishitar off, just like doof, just little beetle, and just shove him in there and close it.
Okay.
Open, gone. I'm just gonna start just shoving like just random things that I have in there.
Pieces of his body.
Yeah, probably my toes that fell
Transporting him
off.
his-
Give
his
me
body piece by piece.
give me a D100. We'll call it a chaos roll.
Okay. 46 again.
Okay, interesting. You get 46% of your gear gone. Like everything
Wow.
that's left is like the big metal, like unfoldable things. Like, but like all your clothes, like most of the stuff that's just in your bag. Like you can get rid of rings, you can get rid of necklaces. Like
Sweet.
you can just clear all your crap out.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know why I'm doing it yet, but it feels right.
But I'm
What
doing
about your
it.
robe?
Yeah, I'm butt naked in the cell.
Okay.
Well, actually, I don't know. Can I just like maybe I'll check out the robe before I? Or is this like the robe of useful items? Or
So you have the two, right? So you have the robe of useful items, and then you have
I'm gonna
your
keep the
solemnity
robe.
robe.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep the robe of useful items. I'm gonna get rid of the solemnity robe. Try and like
The one that you were wearing earlier.
yes, like any damning
This day,
evidence, I'm
yeah.
hoping to get rid of.
Okay. Interesting. He you hear the click get closer as you go a little bit more
Okay.
frantically,
Yeah, I'm standing there butt naked with a turban. That's
and your cloak over. Like your robe just over.
yeah,
just like
yeah.
coat of many things.
Yeah,
And just
and just empty in the front.
love
yeah.
it.
Yes, Lethargus, is that right?
Oh, yes.
I suppose I should give your full name. Lethargus Atheon Tarantharatar Varost.
Hello.
By the authority vested in me as Magus of the Eldritch Knights of Thunderhold, I hereby sentence you to execution.
How did you know my full name?
Questions have been done. Your accomplice, Mr. Thallow, has also been taken into custody.
Shit.
Your execution will take place post-haste.
Does that mean tomorrow?
At my earliest convenience.
What's your schedule like?
Pretty open.
And he starts to click away.
Yes. You. Mr. Jolland Grey
Yes.
of the northern reaches of Gast.
Yes.
I hereby sentence you to execution.
I have a confession to make.
Fabulous. I'm happy to receive it.
It was me. It was all me. And me alone. My compatriots, they are kind and they are trying to save me from the consequences of my actions. But I was the one who murdered the 12 individuals in solemnity and set fire to the church of the unknown god or whatever it was called.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for your confession.
Will you let them go?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
I found them guilty.
But why?
Their crimes are theirs alone.
I made the confession. It was me.
Absolutely. And you will be tortured before your execution. In recompense for your confession. Please, step this way.
And he opens the bar.
Woof.
Did not go how I was hoping. Okay, I will follow you.
You see the Warforged materialize, dropping the invisibility. They have a sword out at your back, and it's an arm blade, rather. It's just not an actual sword.
Very intriguing machinations, I must
Yes.
say.
The fabulous Kusanagi never misses.
Quite.
And it pokes you in the back to gesture you forward.
Yes.
You are walked in front of your compatriots. Lethargus you see walking through, Jolly being led by Warforged.
Jolland.
Yes.
Matthias.
Yes.
What?
I
Do you wish to join him on the torturous table?
Oh, you're not killing him.
I will.
Don't.
I confessed to perpetrating the complete crimes, and I will be tortured before being executed, which I hope is quick, the torture, but looking at
Certainly
you,
not.
it's going to take some time.
I have one request.
By the way, Mr. Lethargus, it appears that my schedule has in fact filled up.
With what? Oh. One request, Matthias.
I will.
Can we see Jolland before he,
Yes, you will all see each other.
Oh, good. So we'll be executed together?
Yeah.
Well, one happy thing to come of this, eh, Jolland?
I suppose. So I
suppose.
I'll see you in 5 hours.
No.
Well, we'll see.
Longer?
My stamina is impressive.
Yours?
Yes.
Oh.
And you walk in front of Wolfgang and continue toward the elevator.
Jolly, I want you to know that I don't think I hold it against you. I'm still kind of working it out in my mind, but either way, I
Very convincing.
I want you to know that as you're getting tortured, I am not torturing you in my mind also.
Thank you. And it is my hope that as we walk toward the black veil of death, we all find peace.
Do I hear this?
Sure. I don't imagine Jolly's quiet about it.
Black Veil. And I pull out the card.
I mean, it does.
Does
Have your number on
Matthias like
I'm gonna like start shaking it and just like throw it up in the air.
Give me a chaos roll.
does Matthias like do anything with that? He just is like whatever.
27.
Nothing happens.
All right.
Okay. Well, it's been good, Wolfgang. Hopefully, while I'm being tortured, you aren't succumbing to any sort of lethargy or doldrums in this cell.
Yes, I do hope so.
And you are escorted to the elevator and taken up.
Jolly has no more tricks. He had 2,
Okay,
3.
Lethargy has one more.
Okay. As Jolly is taken up, the hours go by. Jolly, you are tortured.
I'm guessing 7 hit points isn't enough.
No, there is actually a cleric
Oh,
this
good.
torture room who keeps you sustained at 1 hit point.
That's Jolly's
You go
sweet spot.
unconscious 50, 60 times. As a hammer is taken to each of your individual fingers and toes. Limbs are removed and then attached again. You are stretched. You are cut. You are whipped. You are beat. No questions asked the entire time. No information requested.
I would suppose Jolly would scream everything and everything. Just like first hour, it's like, I'll never talk or whatever. Second hour, it's like, okay, I'll talk. 5th hour, it's not even like words.
Yeah. What keeps you sane, if anything?
It's a 10. So honestly,
Roll again.
that's a 5. I don't know that Johnny keeps his sanity fully. He would probably Yeah, I think he would probably withdraw within himself a little bit and just sort of like shut off completely.
Would you mind queuing up the good old baddie boys?
How are you?
You are here.
I have made you something in return for what you have given me. You will be my rage knight.
What are your plans? So Jolly starts just screaming, what are your plans? What are your plans?
Matthias giggles.
It appears we have broken him finally.
I will never be your rage knight.
An interesting statement, sir. I think that we are complete.
You are given a crutch and are taken back to your cell. Jolly comes back. What do you look like as you walk past your friends?
I think Jolly's eyes are shaded with fear. Like, as if like, crap, what's next? Obviously his body is torn and broken, but his eyes look as if he's only done like the first half of something.
What scars are going to be left permanently on your body after this?
So he had a scar on his eye, like kind of above his eye and below his eye.
Scar on the back of the neck.
Scar, well, on his back for sure.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they would probably have just taken off at least 1 or 2 fingers for sure, just not put them back. Probably chunks out of one of his ears or something. He is missing teeth. He just looks like a hobo, honestly.
He is walking.
Beat up old hobo.
Limping. Jolly looks like hell as he has walked past you guys back to his cell.
Any other confessions from the two of you?
No, I don't think it would matter if I'm understanding how things are run here.
Perhaps not. Perhaps not.
Jolly, you are put back into your cell. You are at 1 HP. And he kind of stamps twice, and the darkness around the cells kind of drops down. And you see the prisoners in here. They are of all shapes and varieties, hundreds of prisoners.
On the morrow, our execution will begin. These games will be had for the gain and benefit of the citizens of Thunderhold.
Did you say games?
Yes. Unfortunately for you, you will not be able to see the benefit that is pumped into the economy of Thunderhold, but the sacrifices of your lives will be what fuels the rest of Thunderhold into the next year.
Being that it is a game, does this mean we have a chance to win?
It's possible.
And what happens if we win?
Well, I don't suppose anyone's ever done it before, so we'll have to come up with a reason.
So when you have 3 winners, you'll have to...
3 winners seems completely unfair.
Okay, 5 winners, whatever, we can share. But
Listen, you will be fighting to the death. And there will be spectators from all over the world who have come to bet, gamble, and inject the economy of Thunderhold with their wealth.
Deja vu.
Have I ever heard of something like this happening in Thunderhold?
No.
Okay.
Where's Starlo?
I believe he's in one of the other holds. I do not believe, I know. I put him there. Well, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, enjoy your sleep. And I wish you the best of luck, although it will not matter. Good night.
And that's all for this episode of the Pact Boon. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, a light-hearted episode full of laughs, gabs, some jabs, and stabs. Lots of fun. We're all leaving this episode feeling very light, airy, and happy.
Lispy.
And quite a bit lispy. So, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you are streaming this episode everywhere that you can find your episodes. Your podcast listens and downloads are absolutely instrumental to our success. Please, share this with everyone. Goodbye and good night.